Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another siege battle here at Carthage, everyone's favorite settlement to attack and/or defend. Although, actually, I feel like I haven't been seeing Carthage a lot lately, now that I think about it. But anyway, I digress. Welcome. We got a 3v3 for you here. This one's actually one of my own that I did quite a while ago. So, that being said, naturally, let's get on to the players on the field of battle, quickly go over army comps, and then we'll start. So, we have myself playing as Kush, the Spartan Chad playing as RDI, Zile playing as Arverni, and then attacking, we have playing as Nervii, Maku22, playing as Nabatea is Nalaig, Nalaig is what I'm going to go ahead and say it is, as Nabatea. And then as Rome, we have Ivan FR19. So we'll start with Rome and then work our way around and then back in. All right, so Rome's bringing some Equites. He's got a Ballista. General's Bodyguard. We got some Legionary Cohort, Eagle Cohort, Hastati. This is Triarii. Some more Hastati. This is 11,700 funds, if you're wondering. Some more Triarii. And then we have, of course, 3 auxiliary Syrian archers. Blah. Nabatea has Desert Heavy Lancers, Nabatean Noble Cav. Back over here, we have 2 Nabatean Thorax Pikes. Eastern Large Onager. He has 4 Nabatean Heavy Archers, 2 Levy Spearmen, and then Nabatean Axe Warriors. I think it's pretty much just, Axe Warriors across the board. The Nervii has, from what we can see, Fierce Swords, Celtic Warriors, Fierce Swords, Celtic Warriors, and then he's got some stuff in here, but also he has back here some Guerrilla Swordsmen, and he does also have some Archers back here as well. So, myself, I am bringing Royal Kushite Archers, and then 2 regular Kushite Archers. I have 2 Armored Shotel Warriors, 2 Shotel Warriors, I believe. It's just 2 that I have brought with me, correct? Right? I gotta make sure. Yeah. 2 Shotel Warriors, 2 Swordsmen back there, you just saw. Then we have some Swordsmen, Kushite Slave Infantry, Swordsmen, Kushite Slaves, Kushite Slave, Swordsmen. So that's what I am bringing. Arverni is bringing some, of course, Gallic Hunters. We got Celtic Warriors up in the front. Chosen Swords, some more Gallic Warriors, or Gallic Hunters rather. Celtic Warriors, we've got some Levy Freemen. Chosen Swords, some more Celtic Warriors. There's the other Gallic Hunters, some more Levy Freemen, and then a unit of Oathsworn, and another unit of Oathsworn. And these 2 Chosen Swordsmen, if I hadn't already pointed them out. Then RDI is bringing some Illyrian Hoplites, Mercenary Peltists. We have 4 units of Mercenary Celtic Warriors, Illyrian Noble Hoplites, Mercenary Axe Warriors, Illyrian Thurio Spears, some Mercenary Peltists, and then where's his other ranged units? Peltists. Did he not? Maybe he didn't. I think he didn't actually bring any more. Or no, all right, here we go. Mercenary Peltists up here as well. So, let's start. So, right off the bat, in the last minute when we started the match, we thought, oh shit, we didn't have anything back here. So I quickly deployed 2 swordsmen back here just in case. I didn't think that they would have this many units back here. Sure enough that they did. And then, so then it's just, the start of the match. Because of our Nervii being posted up back there, I actually forgot completely about my ballista here. I think I just had him, yeah, just firing at random, it seems like. I don't even think I turned the auto fire off, actually. So unfortunately, I didn't use that unit at all, really. Immediately, we, see what's going on here. He's got 2 of his Gallic hunters back here, a bunch of gorilla swords. Gorilla swords are pretty tough, especially for the swordsman in comparison. Gorilla swordsman, 30, 40, 62, and 45. Swordsman's 31, 34, 50, and 45. So swordsmen unfortunately have their work cut out for them, and it's going to be kind of a one-sided fight for pretty much the whole bout over there. But yeah, I was microing a lot back here. I guess we have to kind of assume that we got a little bit lucky, because for those of you who know, I'm going to actually slow it down here for a second. So if you bring a faction with Vanguard deployable units, right? There's the line that you can't go across. There's the deployment line where you can put non-Vanguard deployable units. That's where you have to put your regular army, and then in between those 2 lines is the open space that you can put these guerrilla units. What's interesting though is on Carthage, that line extends to this wall back here, so you can actually sneak men onto this wall. You can get them on the wall, and then once the match starts, you can have them run down this way and shoot back. Anyway, okay, so moving right along. Swordsmen having an absolute terrible time, but they're doing what they can to hold back just all of these guys back here. Meanwhile, sending back Shotel warriors to try and get back there and help. In the meantime, Nabatea is moving up slowly but surely. Nabatean heavy archers are firing at my African ballista, my wall artillery. Honestly, again, I could just completely forgot that this was here. I got them, I guess, to waste some ammo. Granted, it wasn't really a lot. But Rome has made their way up to the walls, on the walls, about to knock down some of the walls as well. He will have to be careful, though, because his guys are coming out right here. So, and I think he did make a bit of a boo-boo and caught some of his guys by accident. So here I'm just kind of like waiting a little bit before I send my guys up to hold these Stata units up. And same here, I have these archers set up just so I can fire at the walls. And I believe soon that these 2 Kushite archers should start firing in on these Hastati. So as we can see, my slave infantry is throwing up their jabbies up at the Hastati. The wall did fall over here. As you can see, he did accidentally kill some of his own men. Quite a few, actually, what it looks like. Almost 30. Now I'm going to actually send my swordsmen up because they managed to capture the arrow tower. I sort of let that happen, actually. I shouldn't have. I should have had them set right here so that they couldn't, even if they neutralized it, they wouldn't have captured it. But kind of a hiccup on my part. Nabatea going after some more of the wall artillery. Not a bad thing to go for. Whether or not Arverni still has ammo, yeah, it doesn't look like he has any more ammo left. So they're just wasting their ammo at this empty wall artillery, which honestly is, perfectly fine. Let them do that. Meanwhile, back here, combined force of Arverni and Kush to try and stem the tide of these forces streaming through. Mercenary Peltas trying their damnedest to hold back for as long as they can while reinforcements show up. So already they've taken away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units away from the main fight. And we're going to have a little bit of a struggle on our hands. Sent up some Kushite slave infantry to deal with these Nabatean axe warriors, maybe. And again, I think this is just something that I sent up there. I wasn't really paying attention. He actually managed to draw them away, and he got them to stop. But I think he actually ends up, no, yeah. This is not a bad tactic, actually, now that I think about it, if you can get it to work. But he's essentially just going to end up trapping this unit here. Because once this wall collapses, I'm going to have guys down here that aren't going to be able to make it up. And across, and these guys are just going to be stuck, and then they'll get sandwiched once this tower lands. So yeah, good on Nabatea for doing that. A smart move, really. I mean, I gotta hand it to him. That's, you know, baited me up there, and not just me. It could have been anybody. Baited whoever up there, and then had his units continually fall back so they could catch my Kushite slave infantry off guard. Meanwhile, over here, I managed to surround this Hastata unit with my Kushite slave infantry on either side. They're chipping away. They are losing, but not decisively or anything like that, so it will take a little while to get this unit to break. But still, they're going to incur some heavy losses, but so am I. Here, just trying to keep Rome contained. Threw him some swordsmen against these Hastati. Ooh, pardon me, swordsmen against the Hastati here, and the levies as well. Throwing in the Kushite slave infantry to back them up. Moving up some Shotel warriors to also assist. Meanwhile, my archers are firing into the backs of these Hastati. Rome over here has managed to capture the gates, but we are far enough away that the gates won't be firing at us. And back over here, Nervii is starting to land some of his troops. So the assault on the walls has completely started. Over here is a little bit of a stalemate. Nervii hasn't moved up quite just yet. I'm moving back. Remember, they do still have 2 Gallic Hunter units back there as well. Back over here, RDI, I forgot to tell you guys or show you that they had some Illyrian Raiders. These guys actually come in pretty clutch. We'll see that in a little bit. Rome, I think, was a bit of a new player because he kind of made a few blunders here and there. You know, you can see these kind of like blob tactics. He got his levies in here by accident, and they're well, they're in here. Shotel warriors going up against Mastati. Naturally, they're going to cut through, slice right through the armor, but we are losing because we are a little bit surrounded by the Triarii as well. Not to mention another unit of Hastati. He's getting his levies up onto the wall. Smart. He'll be able to fire down on my Shotel warriors and get them out of there even quicker. And yeah, there goes my slave infantry. And unfortunately, Nervii is just waltzing right in, and Nabatea is kind of just moving up his troops unfettered as well. So Rome is taking a little bit of a slow approach over here, which is fine for us. We don't have to really worry about too much. Illyrian Raiders getting out, really going to catch the Syrian archers out. Granted, the legionary cohort is coming to reinforce, but he's still going to lose some archers here and there. Meanwhile, these Illyrian Raiders are moving around, probably going to go, if I remember correctly, I think he goes after the Onager unit, or he might end up getting engaged with the Equites, one or the other. Back over here, yeah, there goes the slave infantry unit that was over here, the poor bastards. But they did, yeah, they came back. There's 69 of them left. The problem here is that half of them were still coming up, and the other half were over here. So now they got to like regroup essentially. Where they are, I don't know. They're somewhere on the map. Nervii over here taking on our Verney. Verney's trying to keep them contained as much as they can. Celtic warriors, levy freemen on either side, preventing these guys from coming down. Otherwise, they'll get jabbied in the face on either side. But they are just using their jabbies as well. So once their jabbies are out, because it's kind of a shit angle, unfortunately. You'll get some kills, but just not a lot. But once the jabbies are out, I'm sure Nervii will come down and start to engage these two units. Back over here, I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping Nabatea in check. They are managing to break some of my units. Nabatea has some really good archer units. Nabatean heavy archers are just absolutely nasty. And for these kind of like low tier, low funds games, Nabatea is not bad because these axe warriors are pretty good. They get a decent melee defense, not a terrible charge bonus, and they also get a frenzied charge buff, boost, whatever you want to call it. So over here we managed to defeat those Astadi, but now Nabatea has managed to worm their way around, and he's engaging my Kushite slave infantry. So they're probably, I mean, they're very tired. These guys are active, so Kushite slave infantry is probably not going to have the best time in the world. Meanwhile, Illyrian Raiders going to go over, try and take on Roman Onager. I mean, I say take on, but they're not going to have a problem taking them on. Take me on. Take on me. So, back over here, battle is in full swing. Shotel Warriors are doing what they can to stem the tide of these guys. Luckily, their armor is 45, so the armor-piercing capabilities will work. But again, they still have 2 Gallic Hunters back here with quite a bit of ammo left. So, while we're still fighting these guys, they're going to be able to pepper us down real good. I don't know why I fell back here. I should not have done that, because now there's a gap right here that can be exploited, and these guys are getting peppered down. And there it is. So they're either going to engage my Shotel Warriors, or yeah, it looks like he's going to. So throwing them in, they're going to take on these Guerrilla Swordsmen. Shotel Warriors, I mean, they're really racking up some kills here, but they're also getting beat up pretty good. And I really could have used the Shotel Warriors over here. In hindsight, I probably should have just sent like the regular Shotels. That might have been a better option, but what are you going to do? My archers over here, out of ammo, 161 kills, pretty good. So now I'm just going to send them in. Just to harass Triarii or whatever the other units are over here. Illyrian Raiders doing some really good damage, actually, against the Legionary Cohort and the Hastati. Legionary Cohort's down to 46 guys. They're up against 3 units of Illyrian Raiders. And these guys are actually chasing down the General's Bodyguard, who's just walking away, so it's going to make it real easy to catch up to him. Meanwhile, over here, Kushite Slave Infantry, again, just kind of getting beat up pretty good. So, I mean, the overall theme of this this siege was, yeah, we're getting beat up pretty good the whole time. And I honestly, I attribute it to this sneak attack that we didn't think of until like literally I think there was like maybe 20 seconds before the battle timer the game was about to start, and we're like, oh fuck, yeah, that's right, Nervii has Vanguard deployable troops. We better watch our ass. So what are you gonna do? So meanwhile, my army is just, I'm getting depleted. Admittedly, I'm not good with Kush. I'm not great with Kush when it comes to having 11-7 funds. I do personally like to play with larger funds, and I think it allows you to flesh out Kush just a little bit more. Not like insane funds, but enough where you can get a little bit more Shotel Warriors, and let's say maybe like, 5 or 6 Shotel Warriors, 3 armored Shotels, and then the rest swordsmen, and then of course your archers and shit. Because like I said, I mean, Nabatea has some great low-tier units that can really hold their own, that they're not too expensive. And, Kush has, I mean, the Kushite Slave Infantry isn't bad. They're pretty good. The melee defense is 35, armor's 40, weapon damage is 35, melee attack is 20. So, I mean, they're not great. They're okay. But yeah, compared to Nabatea's, like low-tier units, it's night and day, really. Swordsman over here trying to hold back 3 units of Hastati and a unit of Eagle Cohort. Doing pretty good. I have a unit of Swordsmen that came back, and now I'm just trying to get them back in here to charge in from behind. I believe my Shotel Warriors are actually done for. Yeah, I don't see them anywhere. So now I'm moving troops around. I'm starting to think at this point, like, yeah, it might be time to fall back for us. I mean, especially over here, we're having a tough time. I mean, one of my armored Shotel Warriors is already gone. This one's, doing all right, but still, they're getting peppered down pretty good. 117 guys left, up to 290 kills, so they definitely got my money's worth. And luckily, I mean, oh, he had 3 back here. Shit, I didn't fucking realize that. But he's still, or did he have all 4 back here? I guess maybe he had all 4 back here. So that's kind of big. I mean, he got to hand it to Nervii. He did a great job of holding off and waiting to bring these guys in. Because if you brought them in too soon, then it might not have panned out as well. But yeah, these Armored Shoto Warriors just hanging on for dear life, trying to do what they can. Meanwhile, back over here, it's really not looking great. Balance of power is still pretty even, but our front line has pretty much completely collapsed. We only have, it seems like, or what feels like, a couple of infantry units left in the front lines. I'm managing to break one of these units with the Stati, but whether or not that they'll actually break, I'm not sure. Chosen Swords over here holding back 4 units of Nabatean Axe Warriors. Doing a pretty good job, but they are losing, unfortunately. And again, up here, my 2 Kushite Slave Infantry just... I gotta hand it to them. They've been up here for quite a while, and they're just doing what they can to hold back these Axe Warriors. But they're finally giving up and giving in. Meanwhile, RDI has just been harassing everyone outside the walls with his 1 Illyrian Raider unit. So doing such a good job being a nuisance to everyone here. Nabatea isn't really paying attention. Finally noticed what was going on back here. Started to throw in his Nabatean his Thorax Pikes. Rome's bodyguard is losing decisively, but the Pikes are in here now, so it's going to start to cause a little bit of a problem for RDI's Illyrian Raiders, especially if he throws them up into Pike formation. But yeah, you know, I still have some Kushite Slave Infantry that broke, came back. Back over here, my Armored Shoto Warriors are finally done. They held to as long as they could, and they finally broke. So it is what it is. Our Verni's sending up his Oathsworn General to help deal with the last of these guys back here. I'm sending back 2 of my archer units who are depleted to hopefully go and try and stem the tide a little bit. But yeah, at this point, it's definitely getting close to it's time to fall back. Another Kushite Slave Infantry unit running away. They end up coming back at some point, so I can go and send them back in. But I think they actually, they make it to about, here, and then they break again. So moving up my general and the other archer unit, I'm going to come over here and start to pepper down. I forget whether it's the general or maybe they're archers over here, because they still have plenty of ammo left. I mean, these guys only have 15. They have 11. They have 22. These guys have 111 kills. So they'll be out of ammo sooner or later, but even still, I mean, they might be out of ammo now. They are out of ammo now. Okay. No, actually, these guys aren't out of ammo. So don't forget this, all right? You can put your archers in the melee mode, and when they do that, they take out their daggers, their knives. So it looks like they don't have any ammo, right? So that's a good way to try and debate enemies into not firing at your units if you don't want them to. But yeah, there you go. See, I'm firing at the general. I'm trying to get a lucky 1 in a million shot on his general so they can knock down the morale of his troops a little bit, but no such luck. He's not firing at my general yet, so I'm okay there. And yeah, I'm just trying to pepper these guys down and attempting to get lucky. Meanwhile, in the halls of justice, back over here, RDI sent over some troops as well. Mercenary Celtic Warriors are going to come back over here and help out. Try and get rid of these Nervii units who are fairly beaten up. And hopefully that will be the end of them. Oathsworn getting peppered down pretty good by the Gallic hunters. Nervii is falling back. Guerrilla Swordsman back over here losing. And meanwhile, back over here we got some levies, 83 kills. They might still have some ammo left, but yeah, they've managed to get in here. Our Verni's holding off some Nabatean Axe Warriors. That should be an easy fight for them to handle. And now Nabatea is using his Eastern Large Onager. But here come them Illyrian Raiders. Ooh, look at that. Got them the break. General's not dead yet, but he does, unfortunately, he comes back. So, Illyrian Raiders going to charge. Hopefully he makes it. Whether or not he does, I don't know. I don't remember, actually. But yeah, now it's time to fall back. RDI is doing what they can over here with his Illyrian hoplites to hold back this Triarii Hastati Legionary cohort. Back over here, they've just been kind of hanging out, really just not doing much, just taking their time and chilling like a villain on penicillin. Kashai archers are losing. I don't know if they'll come back or not. Yeah, it looks like they might come back, so that's good. These guys are starting to break. I mean, it's no surprise. They're up against some guerrilla swordsmen. Back over here, Nervii is really trying to, looks like bait RDI and Arverni towards the towers to help them pepper down these troops that they're fighting along with their Gallic hunters, but hopefully they'll be able to get rid of these guys quick. Meanwhile, back over here, still not full-on retreat mode, but it will be soon. Rome over here is really kind of struggling to get in here. One of the Illyrian hoplites is starting to break, but still not having a good time getting in there. Meanwhile, over here, look at that. Illyrian Raiders, Nabatea not noticing what's going on back here, and he's just being a big old nuisance. Love to see it. Meanwhile, yep, starting to lose. All the hunters gonna pull back out completely. It looks like just try and go and hide. Can't really blame them. Over here, still trying to find targets to pepper down, trying to fire into the sides of these Hastati and Axe warriors to help out Arverni as much as I can. But yeah, now that we Nabatea is back in here, getting a nice charge on these chosen swords. They're up to 20 kills so far. Now he's going to be taking on some Levy Freeman and more chosen swords. Yeah, unfortunately Levy Freeman are going to start to break, so that's a shame. But got another unit of Levy Freeman coming up. No kills, probably still other jabbies, so get a nice little jabby toff. Nice little jabby toff off. Sally sells, she sells by the seashore. Into these desert heavy lancers, and then they'll get in there, and hopefully they'll be able to take care of them a little bit better. Especially, if you get really lucky, they'll be able to take out the Nabatean general, which is who I'm now, once again, peppering down. Harassing that Nabatean general as much as I can, trying to kill him, get rid of him as fast, as quickly as possible. But let's not forget that they do have pikes here, and I believe I try and conserve as much ammo as I possibly can, so that I still have ammo to fire at his pikes. And now I'm just full-on retreat mode. I don't want his general to get to my archers, especially Nervii's archers as well. Still plenty of ammo. My archers over here up to 70 kills, still firing into the sides of these units over here. Just trying to get some kills, just to whittle these troops down a little bit more as much as I can. But yeah, now it really is time to just full-on fall back. Oathsworn trying to get away as quickly as possible, don't really blame them. Otherwise they're going to get caught by these Desert Levy and the Desert Heavy Lancers. Meanwhile, over here, RDI is going after these guys. Oh, his mercenary Celtic warriors are starting to break. It sucks, but what are you going to do? He's managed to recapture the towers, so these guys are going to start to get shot at if they're within range. Meanwhile, it looks like the Oathsworn general is gone, unfortunately. Probably broke, unless he's somewhere that I cannot see, which would seem to be the case here. Bounce power is still kind of even, but is slightly in the favor of the attackers. There's 18 minutes and 35 seconds left in this one, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that cool YouTube stuff, because it helps the channel out, and it makes me happy. I genuinely appreciate it. So yeah. So at this point, it's looking pretty dire for us. We've been pushed back pretty far. We don't really have a lot of units left. Hell, I don't have like any units left. Sending these Kushite archers just to, you know, fucking take on these legionary cohort, show them who's who. Like, these guys can't take, I mean, look at these guys. These guys are so tough. No shield, no armor, they don't need nothing. They're just fucking balls of steel. And they're breaking. So yeah, you know, I'm just trying to harass these guys as much as possible. So if I remember correctly, for each, like, hit that they take, that, like, knocks down their health, and then when they go into fight whoever, then I believe the health bar, like, stands, you know what I mean? It stays. So that's why I was doing that. Oathsworn unit standing firm, taking on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, holding them off as best as he can. Up to 177 kills, down to 94 men, causing the general to start to break. You love to see it. But yeah. Nabatea still has quite a bit left. Rome, not so much. And Nervii also does not have a lot left. So really, we're all kind of in the same boat here. And look at that. RDI's charging in on these guys. Gonna get them to break. How did they catch that again? I guess he was like standing like all the way over here, trying to hide. So hopefully he'll be able to charge into them real quick and take them out, and then they'll be gone. Arverni still has 4 archers, 43 kills, 0 kills, 78 and 39. So he has plenty of ammo left. I still have my general. He has 68 kills, and my other archer unit is right over here. He is 93 as well. Oathsworn's starting to lose, unfortunately, but I mean, look how many units they're like holding off. Basically, they're really going to start to lose now because of the pikes, but still. Even this Levy Freeman unit is holding back so many fucking... It's insane. So, not a lot of troops left. And Carthage's town square is kind of difficult to defend. Because you got this avenue. You can go this way. You can go this way. You can go this way. You can go across, right? You can come over here. You can come all the way over here. You can go here. There's so many different ways to attack from. You can set up archers right here and have them fly, right? I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, you can do that. You can set up archers right here and have them fire into the sides of units. So again, the town square of Carthage is extremely difficult to defend if the attacking army goes in both directions. Usually that doesn't really ever happen, though. So, Illyrian Thurio Spears taking on some Triarii. And Hastati taking on some Mercenary Axe Warriors. At least that's what it seems like it's going to be. And they just went into defensive testudo. Ooh, pardon me. Oh. Which honestly is a mistake when you're attacking infantry. So, I mean, yeah, it's good against projectiles, but... Oh, look at that. Recaptured the gate. They're going to get some shots off. It's going to take a minute for them to neutralize the gate, but while that happens, the arrow towers will be firing into the Hastati. And look at that, just taking them down one by one. Nabatea coming over here, capturing the gates. Kind of a useless gesture, if you ask me. And honestly, I think what they should have done was just pressed. They should have just pushed hard and fast. We're so disorganized right here, right now. You know, they would have had a great time. You know, especially if they had pushed and came around and Nervii had acted in kind, sandwiched these 2 Celtic warrior units. They might have done. They would have done better. So, unfortunately, these... I know I always bash on Roman spears, but so I was genuinely surprised that they did fairly well. But they were in square formation, you always say. specifically get about Thurio spears. If you're going to use them in melee, throw them up in square. That's the best way to use them. That's the best bang for your buck. So Nabatia's general is still alive, which is amazing if you ask me. I think that's probably him right there, I bet. But yeah, last stand, folks. Balance of power is more now in favor of the attackers. Not by much, but it's still enough to be worrisome. Oh, man. Arverni, however, does have a lot of ammo. So hopefully we'll be able to do something here and turn the tide. Because, I mean, you know, two practically one full and one almost full stack of pikemen. Archers that still have some ammo. Maybe not that guy. But even still. So, but we managed to get our Illyrian hoplites into position. Granted, you know, this area over here is still a viable mode of attack. But we're just holding here. That's it. In hindsight, maybe RDI should have put one of the hoplites right there in hoplite wall. It would have been, you know, then he could have used another one of the hoplites someplace else. But we need a stout defense over here, so to speak. So I can't really blame him for doing that. Especially since, you know, everyone's kind of lined up over here and here. They're not really shifting any troops over this way as of yet. So we shall see. Back over here, yeah, these guys still, now they're starting to lose. But damn it all if they ain't taking some guys with them. Chosen Swords, unfortunately breaking. How many kills did they get? 178, not bad. Again, my two Royal Kushite Archers just hanging out, waiting for targets to shoot at, waiting for the pikes to get close, or a general unit or something, so I can start to pepper them down and, you know, kill whatever it is that I need to kill. Yeah, I need to get some sweet pictures, right? Oh, remember? I know this is completely off topic. Remember the last video I did? I was talking about fiery balls of death in front of stairs and stuff, and where you like have to put them. You can even see a little bit the dip right here, right before. So you can't really put them like too far back. You really need to be up. But anyway, I wonder if this would be cool. Ooh, that one's cool. So cool. It's just like really cool and stuff. So RDI has moved over his general over onto this flank just because Nervii is trying to be sneaky with his Oathsworn. Back over here, Nabatea sent up some desert levies, promptly got a swift kick in the groin. And now they're sending up some Nabatean Axe Warriors, sending up these guys right here. These Nabatean Heavy Archers. And let's see, Arverni's firing at the heavy archers who still have ammo, and by proxy, some of these pikes will probably also get shot up a little bit. Got pikes in the front line over here, however, they are pike stacking just a little bit. Yeah, get the archers out of there. They're getting focused down pretty good. I don't want them to lose any units. I'm not firing at anything. Still kind of just waiting for them to send up some juicier Chergish to Gushir. Look at this, mercenary axe warriors chasing down some Eagle cohort. Still got these Illyrian Raiders, 154 kills, just hanging out. They're gonna fucking get in here, probably try and neutralize this. Hopefully they won't break before they're able to. And then they'll probably try and make their way down here, but I don't think they're gonna make it past all the arrow towers. So Nervii snaking their way through, forcing RDI to shift to engage, and doing so leaves open this little pathway right here. So Levy spearmen from Nabatea are gonna filter through and try and, you know, be sneaky and do some big brain plays over here. And unfortunately, we don't have anything else to pull from. So our backs are really up against the walls at the moment. RDI is trying to get some troops over here as quickly as he possibly can, as, you know, while he's going after his evil cohort. Nervii sent up his Gallic hunters to try and engage my archers and maybe try and get them to break or do something. And then Nabatea just stops. I don't know why Nabatea stopped. He could have kept going. He should still keep going. He should have been way more aggressive, but he wasn't. But, pardon me. Pike unit getting absolutely obliterated by my general. So that is one pike unit down. However, they still have another one over here. They aren't, however, in pike formation. So they're going to start to take a serious beating. They're already losing badly. Now losing decisively. Down to 135 guys. Oathsworn unit getting peppered down by all three of our Verney's archers. Nabatean or heavy archers firing point blank to the mercenary Gallic hunters. And honestly, this may not be a bad idea or time for RDI. Well, there you go. To push forward and shoot into the side, or just even chase off these archers. But looks like they're out of ammo, so it doesn't even matter. So now we can charge into the side of the Nabatean Axe Warriors, and effectively these 5 units here will be surrounded. However, though, Oathsworn units have managed to make their way in. They're chasing after my general, and I'm managing to get away. Nabatea finally sent in their Levy spearmen. I'm moving around my archers. They have no more ammo left with 227 kills. We're going to charge right into the back of these Levy spears, immediately breaking them. Our Verney is now firing into the Levy spears as well, and actually it's the Oathsworn unit. My general unit is now going to fire into the Nabatean Noble Cav. Rome has finally made it into the mix. They're going to throw their Hastati in as well, and it's starting to become just a giant mosh pit back here in the victory point location. Nabatea's general starting to break and is gone. Not dead, but just retreating. Completely shattered. But that will have an effect of morale on his troops that don't have discipline. Nervii, in the meantime, Oathsworn unit taking on Gallic hunters and my Royal Kushite archers. Nabatean Levy spearmen routing, but they could potentially come back. Only 43 guys left. Mercenary Axe Warriors now charging in on the Oathsworn unit. Meanwhile, my general is in melee with the Eagle cohort, joined by the Illyrian Noble Hoplites, trying to get these guys out of here. And the RDI is still just trying to hold off Nabatea over here as much as he possibly can. Still, these Illyrian Hoplites doing a fantastic job of holding back these 4 units. 2 archers, 1 Axe Warrior, and pikes who are actually losing decisively at the moment. Balance of power still mildly in the favor of the attackers. My general is starting to break, but 46 men left. The flag's starting. Yep, there he goes. Just can't manage to come back. What do I have? I have Battle Rhythm and Second Wind. Illyrian Noble has Battle Rhythm and Second Wind. Who has? Is that what he has? Oh no, he has Raise Banner and Rally, so that's good. Charging into the rear of the Oathsworn General with my Royal Kushite archers. Trying to cycle charge, honestly. That's literally what I'm trying to do at this point. Just trying to do what we can to get rid of this guy. Over here, the last of the mercenary Gallic warriors. 201 kills, 71 guys left doing what they can to send the rest of these Axe Warriors off. Hoplites still doing a fantastic job of just holding the line. Pikes are starting to win slightly, but they might teeter-totter back and forth for the time being. However, these Illyrian hoplites are starting to break. 99 kills, 38 guys left, 93 for these, 114. Oathsworn General up to 271 kills with 54 men left. Nervii is doing an absolute terrific job on trying to get these guys to take out these three units he's up against. Pulling out my general, I was trying to pull him out before he broke so that I could keep buffing my allies with his abilities, but unfortunately he did break. So now it's just my Royal Kushite archers who are left to aid in trying to get rid of these Oathsworn units. Celtic Warriors over here managed to get rid of the last of the Nabataean Axe Warriors. He's going to come over here and try and help to get rid of the last of these units. The Illyrian hoplites are being overwhelmed slightly. Gallic hunters being sent off the field of battle, holding out as long as I could until reinforcements arrived. And now it's just my Royal Kushite archers and Illyrian noble hoplites doing what they can against these Oathsworn to try and get them to break as much as they possibly can. And yeah, it's just RDI Axe Warriors managed to come back, thankfully. Royal Kushite archers breaking. 30 men left, could potentially come back. And right here, this is a bit of a desperate fight. These pikes need to get wiped out, and so do these Axe Warriors if we're going to have any type of hope of potentially winning this. Axe Warriors moving in. These archers should probably come back, as I said. And then, yeah, Illyrian noble hoplites getting peppered down. Archers starting to break, that's good. Thorax pikes still winning, even though they're kind of all over the place. But once these archers are gone, it'll allow the mercenary Celtic warriors to readjust and get around, if that's what happens. I don't really recall, actually. But that's what you should do in a perfect world. So now the Illyrian noble hoplites taking on the Nabataean Axe Warriors, going to send them off quickly, but conversely, the mercenary Axe Warriors getting sent off with the Oathsworn. Kushite archers did come back. They're going to rejoin the fray, going to charge back into the rear of these Oathsworn units as the Illyrian noble hoplites take them on from the front. Nabataean and Thorax pikes getting surrounded. And that's it. That is it. Honestly, if Nabataea hadn't waited, and if they had just charged through, and they would have completely caught us off guard because we weren't set up or ready or in any way, shape, or form. And if they had just charged through, they definitely would have won. This match would have been over so much sooner, but they waited. I understand, like, waiting and letting your troops catch your breath, but that's kind of what you do here when you notice that the defenders are starting to fall back. This is the time to catch your breath with certain troops and let other ones continue the chase to try and catch up and do what they can. Here, at this point, at this interval, when, you know, we only had archers back here, RDI wasn't completely set up, he only had his Celtic warriors on this side, and there were so many open spaces, Nabataea should have just pushed hard and fast, and they would have ended up winning the match for their allies and themselves. But they didn't, and we claimed victory. So, moving right along, we got myself here with 2,344 kills, 156, 211, 200, and 286 for my archers, 380, 134 for my armored Shotel warriors. Pardon me. 61, 91, 56, 73, 68, 90 for the Kushite slave infantry, 142 and 77 for the Shotel warriors, and 47, 61, 66, 34, 71, and 40 for the swordsmen. The Spartan Chad, 2,390 kills, 186 for the Illyrian noble hoplites, 80, 111, and 90 for the mercenary peltists. 62, 43, 206, and 99 for the Illyrian hoplites. 101, 85, 82, and 157 for the Illyrian raiders. So really well done there. He really utilized these to to hell and back, and push them and use them in any which way that he possibly could to be a nuisance to the attacking team. He did great with them. 49 and 118 for the linear and 30 spears, and then 243 and 59 for the axe warriors, and then 90, 77, 306, and 146 for the mercenary Celtic warriors. Pardon me, I have to get a cough drop because my throat's getting scratchy. My wife tells me that I don't breathe correctly when I do my videos, and that's why my voice goes hoarse. She's a nurse, so I have to believe her. ZLA got 2,315 kills. Pardon me. I'm sorry. 134 for his Oathsworn General. 102, 100, 101, and 114 for his archers. 105, 104, 80, 81, 155, 161, and 36 for his Celtic Warriors. 178, 188, 69, nice, and 147 for his Chosen Swords. 24, 43, and 96. Well, that's pretty impressive, actually, for his Levy Freeman, and 297 for the Oathsworn. Nola Ig? I don't know. 2,149 kills, 44 for Gen, 54 for the Onager, 63 for the Desert Heavy Lancers, 97, 99, 161, and 86 for the Neptune Heavy Archers, 52, 48, and 61 for the Desert Levy, 42 and 78 for the Levy Spears, 201, 117, 226, 117, 121 for the Neptune Axe Warriors, 176, 110 Thorax Pikes, and then 139 for his other Neptune Axe Warriors. Maku 22, 2,852. Wow. Almost broke 3,000, my dude. 3,065 kills for his Oathsworn Gen, 128, 134, 166, 105 for the Gallic Hunters. 53, 103, or 130, 147, for the Celtic Warriors, 244, 131, 82, 218 for the Fierce Swords, and 165, 29, 61, 61, 221, 159, 150, and 103 for the Guerrilla Swordsman. Really utilize these guys well, so good on you. And then Ivan, FR19, 2,362 kills, 38 for his Gen, 1 for his Onager, 24 for the Equites, 0, 51, 31, and 83 for his ranged units, 39 and 322 for the Eagle Cohort, 340, 187 for the Legionary Cohort, 67, 123, 118, 9, 166, 156, and 24 for the Stati, and then 120 and 193 for the Triarii. I know I shit on Rome Spears all the time, but the Triarii are actually pretty good. I guess it's just how you use them. And he used them really well. Threw them up in the square and just let them tank. But that being said, that's the end for today. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. So I'll catch you all in the next one, and you know the deal. Just have a good day, morning, evening, afternoon, night, wherever you are while you're watching this. Just have a good one. Peace out, guys.